You're listening to The Spooky Darlings, a podcast where three sisters get together and tell each other spooky tales and anything exciting. And today is a follow-up Friday episode. And it's actually our first follow-up Friday since we took our first annual continued annual month off of July.
And we've started season 2 of
Yes,
our podcast.
this is season 2, FUF. Yes. So,
yeah.
Well, Emily is going to host this episode and
Yes.
guide us through and tell us what to do.
Should we introduce ourselves? I'm Emily.
Yes. Thank you. See, you're telling us what
You're
to
in the
do.
lead.
I'm Nettie.
I'm Haley.
Okay, so we've just been kind of keeping notes for the last month on things we wanted to talk about and share with our listeners. We got to be together for a couple of weeks in northern Idaho, a really special place to our hearts where we've been going for years and years. And we spend some time on the lake and hike and whitewater raft and do all kinds of just really fun stuff with our kids. And it's our favorite thing.
We love it.
Yeah.
And we decided not to podcast from there because last summer we did podcast and our families complained a little bit about
About it.
about us not being accessible to them. So this year we decided just to take the time off, enjoy each other, enjoy family.
Yeah, we did a couple of goofy TikToks, and that's
true.
all the podcasting
That's
we
it.
really did.
You can see them on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So we did have one of our favorite listeners and our cousin come to visit us while we were in McCall.
Yes.
Lee came to see us, which was so special. I hadn't seen her since Haley's wedding. That was really, really
It was
great.
so fun.
Yeah.
And she,
Yeah, her whole family and her husband and kids. It was so fun.
She was laughing about how badly we were misinformed about some of the World Cup information. We were like, Lee, just tell us about it. And she was like, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. I don't want to give any corrections. We're like, we love corrections. Just if you hear something, tell us. We want to hear it. We were joking that we would
We'll
call
talk
it.
about it.
Yeah, see, Lee, we are talking about it. We were joking that we'd call it. We were trying to come up with a clever name. It doesn't sound as clever now that I'm repeating it later without having a cocktail, but we were going to call it liaisons, which like liaisons, but with Lee. I don't know. It's dumb.
I still think it's clever, and I think we should call them Lee's Asons. Lee, please continue to correct. I almost said quit. Please continue to correct.
Well, okay, so she did. She sent a text after we she listened to our episode where we talked about the urination device for women, and she said that it's called a sheenus. And then I felt like I really probably slowed down our progress of getting corrections from Lee because I was like sending her screenshots of the actual devices that are named what we called it.
Shiwi and a
Go Girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, this is what happens if you correct us.
Yeah, nice try.
And then, but then didn't she send you a photo of a Sheenus?
N-
Which is a great name. And I got to tell you, when you sent it to us, I was like, Shanice.
I didn't send it. It was Lee.
Oh, Lee.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. In our group chat, I was like, a Shanice.
Yeah.
Then I realized it was Sheenus.
Anyway,
Hey,
I don't know why we've
me
talked
too.
about this so many times because they are like not something that I'm interested in using at all. So, anyway.
Just listeners, in case you want to use one, you have options.
I just think it makes things more complicated. Sounds like. I don't know. I've never used one.
Yeah.
Me either.
So we did when we were on our trip. We took a rafting trip down part of the Salmon River, which is one of the activities we've done again and again, and we've loved it. And our guide was a delight. What was his name again? Oh, Kiwi. His name was Kiwi.
Kiwi.
And he
Because I kept on calling him Birdman.
Birdman.
he told us that bananas on a boat is actually bad luck, and I thought he was just joking, but we looked it up, and it actually really is associated with bad luck, like from hundreds of years ago, which I kind of thought was fascinating.
Well, it's wild because one of my favorite songs is the Banana Boat song. Why is it called that if you can't even put bananas on a boat?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's crazy.
It does seem kind of crazy.
Yeah, what if you're wearing a banana hammock?
Oh, yeah, on a boat. That does seem like bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you guys have anything else to share from our time in McCall? Like, I felt like I mean, I know everybody's always so devastated by the smoke and wildfire, and it's really sad that we're experiencing some of that. It does make for really beautiful sunrises and sunsets that are like that deep
Man,
red.
we'll
but
post some of our pictures
for sure.
But I gotta say, as smoky as it was in McCall, we came home to like way worse smoke. So I'd go back to that fresh, smoky air of McCall in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
fresh and clean. Just, I mean, as we've said, this trip is just so near and dear to our hearts, and just like being able to do that and be with my family that I love so much is my favorite.
Yeah. I got to meet Nettie's exchange student from Germany named Olivia, and she was such a doll. We all loved her. My kids loved getting to know her. She fit right in with the family. So, Olivia, if you're listening, we were glad to have you with us.
Guten Tag, Olivia, if you're listening.
Good job.
Germany.
Wow.
And auf Wiedersehen.
Yes.
That's about as far as my German goes.
9.
You're welcome. Wait, she told me how to say this. I can't remember.
Just sing really high that song that means you are good enough.
I don't remember. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad Olivia could come.
Yeah.
It was so fun having her.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was our special
so we're
trip.
back.
We are back and better than
Back
ever.
to our lives. Yeah, honestly. And I'm excited to be podcasting again. It was fun to get back in the game, research.
Yeah. I was so excited driving over to record again.
Get your face in a microphone.
Yeah.
Get some headphones on my ears. Get a microphone near my mouth.
I can edit that out if you want.
Get my lips.
You just love things near your mouth.
You should edit that out too.
You said you were going to edit out my weird dirty bilge joke, and you didn't.
What? No. Oh, wait. I thought that you said it's okay if I left it in.
I might have said that. I don't know. I'm wishy-washy. That's true. Like a bilge.
I said if you if you want me to edit it out, let me know. And I didn't hear from you.
What about right now? Do you want her to
want me
edit
to go
it
back
out
and
for
edit
this
it out now?
episode? Or can we keep dirty bilge? Can we talk about a dirty bilge in each FUF? Is what I want to know.
Yeah.
I think we probably should.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I know we all
That's
had
a good transition.
I know we all had a few things from the news that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
But first, I want to ask a question. Whatever happened to the Hantavirus? Like, how did it just disappear? That was like all we were talking about, and then suddenly there's just like nothing.
You're right.
Wasn't it like scarily spreading everywhere? And then now we're like,
Well, they replaced it with that bacteria, that lettuce bacteria.
Oh, yeah. Cyclosporin?
so.
What is
Cyclospora.
It was
From Taylor Farms, even though now they're saying it's not from Taylor Farms because Taylor Farms made a huge donation to the government.
listen, I just want to know what news was being covered up by the Hantavirus news.
Oh, it was the Disney cruise full of pedophiles.
Oh, that was what it
being
was?
covered up by the Hantavirus. Well, and also we stopped hearing about the asteroid that was supposed to circle the sun and come back to Earth that everyone thought was a spaceship.
Oh.
That might have been a spaceship.
Or did the sun burn it up?
You guys, there's so much mystery right now.
Yeah.
And then we're so distractible.
That's
Too,
true.
because how do we just let it all die?
Yeah, I know. I just opened my phone to search what happened to the Hantavirus, and my last search was where do pussy willows grow, and I started reading about it.
Yes, which actually, now that you mention it, they grow near creek beds, Emily. And the reason why that was your search is because we were talking about it before we started recording, and I realized that I used to grow up finding pussy willows all the time, and I just had this thought, like, I haven't seen a pussy willow in ages. So I looked up what happened to the pussy willows in Northeast Oregon, and it said, well, what I said was, where did all the pussy willows go in Northeast Oregon? And it said that they haven't vanished entirely. Oh, by the way, they're known as Scowlers and Sitka willows is their real name. But their accessible streamside and wetland habitats have shrunk due to livestock grazing, stream channelization, road building, and seasonal drought. So we're not wrong. They have, it's not just that we don't go where the pussy willows grow, it's that where the pussy willows grow has been overgrazed and road builded, overbuilt. That's the word.
When you
overgrazed, overbuilt.
when you write your memoir about your rural life, I think you should call it Where the Pussy Willows Don't Grow.
Yes.
Oh, I guess.
Oh my gosh. You guys.
Go ahead.
I had a client of mine, I'll keep them anonymous, who she like doesn't get on social media very much, but she got on Instagram or TikTok, saw our Netflix documentary post, and she was convinced for a full 24 hours that we actually had a Netflix documentary coming out.
Because
she even almost texted me about it, and then the next
so
day
funny.
at work,
She's like, she's
she heard
probably
some of
so
her-
busy talking to the Netflix executives.
And then when she went to work the next day, she heard one of her coworkers talking about like, yeah, my Netflix documentary is something or other. And she's like, another Netflix documentary? And she just like was like, I need to just listen for just a minute. Something's going on. And then they started talking about the Netflix trend.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And I was just like, I love that was even a possibility for you, that I would have a Netflix documentary with my sisters.
She's like, wow, they've really grown. I'm so
She
proud
was
of
like,
her.
my
And she still
hairstylist
does
is
hair.
famous.
Haley, I'd watch that.
Thank you. Well, you're in it.
Yeah, but I'm under a sheet.
That's right. You're dressed as a ghost.
Sorry, I missed out on
All right.
the...
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay, so I know I sent you guys this on TikTok, but did you see that there's a baby that's been missing since like 1986 or something, named Christopher Abeta, and a man like saw pictures of the baby and of the age progression and thought it was him, and it reminded me so much of the baby Marks Barnes story that I shared a few months ago. They're still waiting for DNA results, but the family did say that multiple people in the past have come forward thinking that they are the baby, and nothing has come of it yet, which has to be such an emotional roller coaster. That doesn't mean that people are wrong to like say something if they think they are. But yeah, I'm actually, I keep checking for updates on that to see if the guy really is. But yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, kind of crazy, huh?
So crazy.
I want to hear more.
Also,
I wonder how often this happens.
I mean, I think it happens quite a bit. So like in I think I even shared a statistic, and I can't remember what it was. It was something about how often people do reach out to the Missing and Endangered Children's Network thinking that they have a link, and it's very rarely actually a link to the case that they're looking at. But that doesn't mean that it's, like it's still good to check, just to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys, I forgot to tell you. Okay, so remember how I went to University of Arkansas to visit the campus with Julia just to see if she liked it there, which it was really, really gorgeous. But while we were there, we had a list of things that we wanted to do. And a friend and neighbor of mine had recommended a bunch of things, including a few. I said including. I know you guys are going to. Including like a couple hikes and stuff. And there's a state park there called Devil's Den State Park. And there's a little like accessible loop that, family friendly, hikes to a waterfall. It's like, less than an hour hike. And we were looking it up, and then I found out that the trail was closed, and it was closed due to the double homicide that occurred there last year. And I had not made the connection that was right outside Fayetteville. But the trail is closed, and it was because, remember that family, the
Oh my gosh,
parents
the kids.
the parents were murdered, and the creep was, I think, going to try to take the two children girls that were like,
yeah.
He had a history of inappropriate behavior with young girls.
he had been a 5th grade teacher, I think.
Yeah.
And
He would isolate the girls.
just so awful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anyway, like, not to make
It's still
everything
closed, though? A year later.
The trail is
Wow.
still closed. Yeah.
Wow.
It was interesting, though, because the state park website said that it was closed for maintenance. But when I searched it, there was an article that said that it had been closed due to the homicide a year ago. So maybe they are just also still doing maintenance, but
right.
Yeah, it's really,
That poor
really
family,
terrible.
Those poor kids. I mean, thank goodness the kids got away and he didn't get his hands on them, but
yeah,
my goodness.
so
And I think-
awful.
I think like an aunt and uncle
Have them.
have custody. I'm not totally sure on that.
And didn't you say, Emmy, that family had just moved there?
Yes, they had just moved there. I think from, I want to say Nebraska or North Dakota or something like that. Some one of those.
So brand new, just exploring the area.
Yeah, just taking your kids on
goodness.
a nice hike, which is such an amazing activity to do with your kids. It's
Yeah.
just like, what a devastating
Yeah.
turn.
It's really devastating.
Ugh, what an awful, awful person. I'm glad he got caught
Me too.
with the worst haircut I've ever seen in a mugshot. He deserved that.
Didn't he get like arrested because somebody recognized him while he was getting his haircut? Am I remembering that wrong?
Oh, yes, that's right. He got arrested mid-cut, right?
I think the hairstylist, they're like, keep him there. And so the hairstylist like just had to keep cutting his hair.
Like they recognized
something
him
like
from
that.
the.
She's like, oh, it's uneven. Whoops, we got to keep him.
Arnar.
I'm going to cut these hairs one at a time.
Right.
Yeah. So, in other news, I know we've all kind of been obsessed with the Lindsay Clancy trial, and I think we
Yes.
need to talk about it a little bit.
I think our entire sister chat is like 90% us sharing Lindsay Clancy.
I'm
I know.
sorry.
No, it's us. It's all
I've
of
been
us.
sharing him too. Yeah.
It's all of us. Yes.
It's really horrific.
Devastating.
Yes. Awful. And there's just, I think, what kills me so much, I think everybody's feeling suspicious of the husband with everything that is coming to light. But in general, it just is so devastating that there are these unanswered questions about the husband's story that was like none of this was looked into before the trial started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
Massachusetts police.
What is going on for one?
Massachusetts
Yeah.
police.
And like I was watching some of the trial footage and the defense attorney asked him if he was part of the search of the house, and the husband was part of the search of the house. The police allowed him.
They just bought his story from the get-go. And they're
Yeah.
like,
And it's just like with so many family annihilators out there, like being specifically fathers, if you are police and you come upon a scene where the father is okay and the children are dead and the wife is nearly dead, you might want to look into the husband.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
absolutely.
Completely. And even if we buy the narrative that she had a psychotic break and committed the murders, we still have to acknowledge that she was failed by so many people, including her medical providers and especially her husband. Yes.
Yes. Because she was having issues and he went on a weekend ski trip,
Well, and-
probably with his mistress.
And here's what we know. He was looking at apartments in New York City a year before the murders. So it's
where
suspected,
he lives now with his new wife.
It's suspected that affair was going on for a full year beforehand. I mean,
If not longer. And he was looking at this apartment while he got his wife pregnant because she had an 8-month-old.
wow.
It's so crazy that
Yeah.
there's just not even a second glance his way before bringing charges against Lindsay.
Her. And she was treated poorly in the hospital right after all of this because everybody kept on being like, she's a monster. This is what she's in for. So they weren't even treating her properly medically. Did not give her anesthesia when they intubated her. They intubated her raw, which apparently is incredibly painful.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
She had a spinal injury, and they were doing like the resuscitation pumps on her when they could have done something else. And so she still has that spinal injury. And there were like several other examples that like has kind of gotten lost in all the shuffle of all of the other facts and stuff. But like she did not get good medical treatment right from the get-go.
No. And honestly,
Because of bias.
Shame on all of those medical providers because your job is first to do no harm.
And I think that they all realized that they were like incriminating themselves. And so this is why there are several medical providers who have testified who have said, I cannot recall.
I can't recall. Yeah, right. And that one that was so smug.
She was
and
so
like questioning the
just like, if that's what the paper says.
Oh, she was awful. She reminded me of, in the Karen Reed trial, she reminded me of that one deputy.
Oh,
that suddenly... Yeah.
I always want to call her Deputy Dewey, but it's not Dewey because it reminds me of Dewey from Scream.
She's the one that got really...
Delvey.
No, you're thinking of Anna Delvey.
Yep.
I can't remember her name, though, was Karen Reed's attorney mispronounced it, and she corrected him really harshly.
Alan Jackson.
Gosh, I cannot remember her name, but yeah, it reminds me of that, like this just hostile. I'm not
very
here
hostile on the stand
to actually answer questions. I'm here to make your life difficult. It just bothered me.
Yeah.
And it also feels like there's just been some gotcha moments with Patrick Clancy.
Yeah, with the defense attorney.
Yeah, where it's like you see his face and who knows?
The email.
We're, of course,
projecting
what we, like, because we're seeing this through TikTok and through a lens. It is possible that she did do this in a state of psychosis. But all of this evidence, like with her body temperature, the email.
With how she fell out the window, you don't throw yourself out a window backwards.
Lack of DNA on the exercise bands. Lack of, like, the proper blood patterns that you would expect if she had thrown herself out the window.
Well, and he took off the exercise bands. And he knows shipping knots. Sailing knots.
Oh, it's so awful.
And like the strength, I saw a thing like the strength that it takes to take an exercise band and like tie it in a knot where it's going to choke someone.
What I just realized is that some of our listeners might not know anything about this case. Should we just give like a very brief overview of what happened?
Okay. Yeah.
In 2023, and I don't remember the exact date, but
January.
Lindsay Clancy.
It was January.
January of 2023. This was in the news, and it was that Lindsay Clancy killed her husband went out for errands, and during the short window
he was gone less than an hour.
She killed her 3 children and then attempted to kill herself. He came home, found her. She was able to mutter, "I just tried to kill myself." He then said, "Where are the kids?" And
so
she said, "In the basement." This is according to him. And the internet just condemned her, like, immediately. It was like, oh, how could a mother do this? And anyone who was like, well, let's look at postpartum psychosis as a problem, they're like, no, you don't kill your children no matter what, which is true. You shouldn't kill your children no matter what. But now looking at evidence, we're realizing that never was an investigation into Patrick, never an investigation into any other possibilities, and that it's really unlikely that Lindsay Clancy would have even been able to articulate words and sentences because the paramedics were there shortly after, and she was only responding to pain stimuli. She apparently had a damaged trachea, which I've seen conflicting reports about, like whether or not it was damaged enough that she wouldn't be able to speak.
Well, she wasn't. Then, if she did speak at that point, then she was not able to speak again for 6 more days.
It's just crazy. And her body temperature had dropped so quickly that even people who are experts in body temperature control say that even if you are trying to purposely induce someone into this lower, because sometimes for medical purposes, they'll bring your body temperature down, that it would take much longer than the
hours.
15 minutes that she supposedly was outside with a broken spine in the snow to get her down to 82 degrees?
It was 82 degrees, and I can't remember, but it would be like sub-zero temperatures for that to even be possible.
And even then, they said should take longer.
Yeah.
Like, it just should take longer.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of holes. There's just a lot of questions.
And also when responding officers showed up to the house, Patrick is standing over his wife. He's not crouched beside her, concerned, standing over her. Like, if you love your spouse,
he had
and you
already
just
found
them,
the children, right?
Yeah. I don't think he'd even gone to look for the kids.
Well, he must have, though, because
he untied their things.
He untied the...
Yeah. So I could see that to me wasn't as much of a thing, because if she actually did it and he had just found the kids, I could see him just looking at her being like, what?
Yeah,
what happened?
I still
what
thought
happened?
it was weird.
I mean,
there's
I think
just
the
a
whole thing
lot.
was weird.
Her lawyer is amazing. So if he's tasked with providing reasonable doubt, he definitely has. If he's tasked with showing that she had, like, that she was not in a mental state to make sound decisions. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, hey.
Just like, why did it take him 17 minutes to get to a CVS that was 3 minutes away?
Yeah, that's weird.
Why are his clothes and shoes different at his second stop at the restaurant?
And jacket.
And
they are different.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you that are saying they're the same shoes, they are so clearly not. The soles are black on the boot and white on the sneakers. They are so clearly different.
Yep.
You cannot say they are the same.
And,
I cannot believe the people that are saying
you guys, I've
and
seen
a quarter zip shirt, a full zip shirt or jacket. I mean,
I saw somebody comment, and this is totally just a theory, but they said they think that, because remember, there's the question of her, she always had her Apple Watch on, always, never took it off, even for sleep, and that it was found in the dresser drawer. But there are people that are saying that they think he drugged her, you know, made it look like she had cut herself, then left, took her Apple Watch with her so he could make it look like he called her and she answered while he was gone.
Yeah,
from the Apple Watch.
I agree with this.
And this is all just theories.
Because he crouches down. In the CVS, he crouches down out of the view of cameras. There's cameras from the back, though, that if you still have that footage, hand it over. Because we want to see what he's doing.
He might have been reading the diary and medicine labels, because that's what he was there for, and apparently was confused about how to buy children's medicine. But
nope, it's nefarious, and I will hear no other. I will hear nothing else.
Well, and the other thing that's weird is who crushes pills?
Yeah, her
and
pills were crushed.
Yeah, if you're taking pills on purpose, you don't crush them. You crush pills when you're hiding them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like especially if you want to send your wife into a psychosis over a long period of time to gaslight her into thinking that she's crazy. And then I believe I saw somewhere, I'd have to recheck this. So, like, you know, take this with a grain of salt. So she has admitted to killing the kids because, like, when she was, like, out of it still, she just kept on hearing, you killed the kids, you killed the kids, you killed the kids. I think that that's maybe Patrick saying that to her over and over again after he did it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though, but the supposed confession, from what I read, and when I say read, I mean read in comments on TikTok. The confession was she called him from her phone and he did not answer. Patrick did not answer. Mm-hmm. And she left a voicemail saying, like, I love you or something like that. She called him from her mental health professional's phone that was there at the hospital. And he answered because it was not from her number. And Patrick is the one who said that she said to him, and that the psychiatrist who lent her the phone heard parts of it, but not all of it. So the confession is coming from Patrick saying that she confessed to him over the phone.
It's totally hearsay. It's all from his point of view, and man, are there a lot of people who are just taking him at his word.
But a lot of people who are really scrutinizing, and it's so weird that I feel like I'm a part of it. I'm like, we're all watching this together, and like
I think we can all sympathize with her, and we've seen so many cases of family annihilators. It just seems ridiculous that it wasn't even looked at. Yeah. And he hired a criminal. He lawyered up.
Yeah, he already has a criminal attorney on retainer. And the body language comparisons of him to Chris Watts, him to who's the other guy? A lot of body language comparisons of.
You're talking about the one who killed his pregnant wife?
Hands-on.
The other one?
Shanann.
Scott Peterson.
Well, Chris Watts was Shanann.
Yes.
Scott Peterson.
They're doing a lot of body comparisons to Chris Watts.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out who the
Patrick.
other person was you were talking about.
I can't remember.
Not Scott Peterson.
It wasn't Scott Peterson.
I think it was actually 2 different interviews with Chris Watts is what I sent you guys.
Oh.
Or when maybe one of you guys sent it to the sister chat. But
yeah, that stress, like face.
And like touching the neck.
Head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just very unsettled when he's being questioned.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I can understand being unsettled when you're being questioned, but it is just kind of wild to see the comparisons. Mm-hmm. And, like, listen, if it proves we're wrong, we will admit it.
Yeah.
And we will talk about it. But right now, it just feels like the investigation is taking Patrick's word for it, and that is pretty much it.
And it's very, very clear that the investigation that was done was incredibly minimal, incredibly biased. And this flippin' prosecutor with the bows in her hair, it is insufferable.
I'm not mad
did
about
see
the
a
bows,
TikTok.
but I have seen a lot of people talk about him.
Well, she's doing it because Cora loved bows.
I heard somebody say that. I don't know if I believe it. Honestly, I think she's just an adult woman that thinks she looks good in bows and probably maybe needs a really good friend to tell her she doesn't. But like, it doesn't make me mad in that
It
sense.
makes me upset. I don't know why.
Okay, I'm going to do a little...
Hey, Siri, cancel that order of bows.
Stop it.
I'm just
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a pivot. But speaking of proper investigations,
Yes.
this Yvonne Missy Woods situation in Colorado, the woman who was a DNA investigator
yes.
who
what a
falsified, manipulated, deleted DNA. And they're making it seem like it was not nefarious, that she was just doing it to get work done faster with a heavy workload, which is awful. But she literally, there's
nefarious.
just so much damage done. There's just no acceptable excuse for it. Victims had their cases dismissed because of supposed lack of evidence. Because of the way that she manipulated the DNA,
because whatever bias she has,
I believe there was at least one person who was wrongfully imprisoned and who has now been released, but missed years of his kids being.
But this opens up the window to anyone where she's been the expert.
Yes.
Being able to be granted a retrial. I mean, the cost.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully, if you're innocent and got put in jail because of that, like, yes,
of
you
her.
deserve a retrial, but also I'm sure that there's anyone who's guilty where she testified even if she did it right.
or guilty, and because of her actions, they got away with it. Like,
Right. Both.
it's just such. It's people like this.
It's frustrating, and it sucks because it erodes the credibility of DNA evidence too. You know,
And the justice system.
yeah, for sure.
Because you have these people in positions of power and you think that you're supposed to be able to trust them, and it's just like, oh, can't.
So she took a plea deal and doesn't have to go to trial. So that means that we won't probably get all of the details on exactly how much she impacted, like years and years and years
The
of
damage.
cases.
Oh, that's too bad. I'd like to know which ones she impacted.
But she faces up to 16 years in prison.
Good.
Wow,
Good. She deserves that.
Yeah, she does.
First she pleaded not guilty, and then I think she realized what she was facing, and she ended up.
Well, because it was hundreds of counts. In this one, she only pled to, I think it was 4 felony counts.
It was 106 counts that they were,
my
they were charging her
gosh.
with.
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
So it's just insane. It just is so disheartening, and I just feel so awful for all of the people whose cases were thrown out because she just, I don't know if she was just being lazy or what,
but she would do tests over and over and over and over again on the same blood sample to get the result that she wanted. So she wasn't even saving time.
that's not the only thing she did. She would also say that there wasn't male DNA present in certain things where it could have been. She just was like,
But I mean, like, if they're trying to make the saving time argument,
yeah.
I'm just saying doing tests over and over again is saving no one time.
yeah.
It's just she's a monster, and like, what was she biased towards men?
I don't know.
Is that what we're
I mean,
hearing?
maybe.
I don't know.
It's that actually was what I wondered when I first heard about it. I was like, it sounds like she's just, yeah,
I mean,
like
I don't know, but
not
she's
helping
a bad
victims,
person, that's
not
for
helping
sure.
Any victims?
No.
you know?
Yeah.
And most of the victims are women and children. So
What a
it's pretty awful.
bitch.
Yeah, it is really awful. Haley,
Yo.
do you have any Secret Lives or Taylor, Frankie, Paul?
Okay. Well,
Updates
I know
for
that
us.
we all the three of us know this, but listeners. So Taylor Frankie Paul just went to court twice in one day. Her felony, she has completed her probation, and her felony charges have been dropped. It's now a misdemeanor. She made a cute little post. She was like, now you can't call me Taylor the felon Paul anymore. And then she goes, just kidding. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care.
She's funny.
So are we getting the Bachelorette or not? Because I thought we were getting it this summer, and I keep waiting.
Yeah, and listeners, I'm sorry if I said false information about that. I thought it was coming in July. I thought I heard that from Reality Steve
No one
on TikTok.
expects you or any of us to actually give proper information.
This is not an accuracy podcast.
We
but
try sometimes.
It's up in the air still. And then Taylor had to second court same day with Crew Eaton, who I hate him. Actually, all of the drama that has to do with like between Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota, like ever since Crew Eaton has this temporary restraining order against him that he can't post about or talk about or like text about Taylor Frankie Paul like in any public manner, a lot of the drama has died down.
Right. You're right.
It's been very calm since he is not allowed. So what happened at this hearing was the judge wanted to think about it. And so when this came out like yesterday or the day before, I think it's 6 days from then. So next week there'll be another court date to have if this is going to be upheld, Crew has a 3-year restraining order against him or protective order, whatever, that he can't talk about Taylor Frankie Paul. And if this doesn't go through, then he can go back to terrorizing Taylor Frankie Paul.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Crew.
Okay, so
we won't stand for it.
And also, like we know Taylor's not innocent. I'm not like standing up for Taylor, like
listen,
in
we're not
any other way other than that Crew's behavior was bad.
No one is saying Taylor Frankie Paul is a saint.
No,
here,
and neither does Taylor.
Right. We just know Dakota's trash. Crew is trash. And honestly, whatever his name is, Taylor Frankie Paul's first husband, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Tate.
And
this
Tate
with an N,
right?
Taint.
Oh,
not Tatum.
Nate.
Add it to the end.
Tatum. Oh, that's funny.
And that therapist girl who's just
Alex.
so weird.
What's her name? Is it Alex?
Alex.
Okay, so there's Alex that I like.
And there's Alex Vargas.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's
funny.
Yeah, he is. He's funny. And then there's Alex, the therapist, who everything out of her mouth just reeks of desperation for.
Yeah.
Pick me.
Pick me. She's very male oriented. It's really insufferable.
Okay, so
I agree.
Pivoting now. I know we have 2 listener submissions that we're going to share. One is Haley's going to read from like a ghost story, and then Nettie, you had Kirsten's spooky camp experiences.
Thank you for reminding me. And I had one news article.
Oh, let's start with your news article first, and then we can go to the listener submissions, and then we can...
I did my best to not share this with you guys. Like a full week ago.
Tell us.
I saw an article
livid
that a vampire-obsessed man became detained. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me say this again. A vampire-obsessed man was detained after dumping animal corpses outside churches in New Forest, and this is in the UK. And when they asked him what his name was, he said Count Dracula. They found out, however, that his name is actually Benjamin Lewis. And he was kidnapping sheep, little baby sheep. I think they call them lambs, from like nearby farms, and slaughtering them, sacrificing them, and then leaving them on the doorsteps of churches. And so parishioners were scared to go to church.
Oh.
And they found out, they like lined up because they were finding these sheep carcasses on like doorsteps of churches all around the area. And they found out that the dates lined up with dates on the satanic calendar. So he was doing some sort of like devil worship type thing.
Bro, no.
Yeah. No, bro, exactly. And he did apologize via video from the hospital to his victims. And he said that he wasn't even mad at the police that caught him.
This guy is weird.
Yeah. But he believed, they found, that drinking blood would prolong his life. And if he drinks enough of it, he won't go to hell.
Is that why he's drinking baby sheep
He
blood?
won't die. Oh, you know what? I said lambs. It might have just been sheep, but I think it was lambs. He won't die and he will become... So he thinks if he drinks enough blood, he won't go to hell and he won't die and he will become a vampire. That's probably how he keeps himself from going to hell, is just by trying to become a vampire and not dying.
Okay, but wait. Is there a difference between sheep and lambs? This is totally uncovering my sheep idiocy.
Sheep.
Oh, crap.
Lambs are baby sheep.
Okay, so they...
Hear me out, guys. Mm-hmm. I don't think this guy is quite right in the head.
I think you might be.
Hot take.
Hot take. Haley, if you prove to be wrong, though, you'll admit it, right?
I'll admit it.
I'd like you to send me
deer.
that article, please.
And it does say lambs. It says, okay, I will send it to you guys now that I've reported on it. I didn't want to send it until...
You sneaky secret
sister. And it was also deer. So carcasses of lambs and deer.
Deer or fawns?
Yeah, deer.
What was the...
It doesn't say fawns.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy.
But he left a tarot card near one, which a lot of people associate. I mean, I personally don't associate that with like devil worship, but a lot of people do.
Ugh.
And he also nailed a lamb to a cross.
No, that's not cool.
I hate it.
I don't
so
like this
much.
guy.
And it's from The Guardian, which I trust more than the dudehumorreport.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is where some of our previous stories came from that we found to be false.
We were trick-talked. Hashtag trick-talk. Yes, he also... Okay, so when police searched his home, they found sketches of vampires and notes about rituals and references to sucking blood.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
What a creep. I hate it.
Yuck.
He was he was 48, but I would have guessed maybe 43. So maybe it was working.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I mean, from his picture, Haley, did you see it? I'll show you.
Yeah, show me.
He looks creepy.
He does look very creepy.
Look creepy. And maybe it's because it looks like he also has a little bit of blood on his
yes,
chin.
if you look at his chin, that's so true. If you
It looks like he's got
picture, you're like,
blood in his little
remnants.
goatee, and also he probably dyes his hair that
mole.
black.
Also, goatees can be called flavor savers.
Gross. No, that's a soul patch, I thought.
soul patch.
He's
flavor
also got one of
savers.
those. So
He's got both, but that's either a birthmark or blood. I'm going for blood. That's a better
it's definitely blood.
story. But yeah.
What a creep.
Anyways.
I hate it.
What's your name?
What a crazy
What's your name,
story.
sir? It's Count Dracula.
I imagine he totally did a Transylvanian accent.
Which, by the way, did you guys hear about the Dracula theme park that's opening in
Transylvania?
Are we going?
Yes, we are.
I've already committed to
Yes,
this
we are.
on my TikTok.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I'm going. We're going. We're going.
Oh, I can't wait.
We'll report back whenever we get there. Could be years.
Could be years.
Look, guys, you can't boss us around, okay?
You can. We
Well,
might
you
not
can
follow the
try
directions.
it.
Haley flat out won't follow the directions.
You
I
can
might.
make requests.
Try it. Okay, should we do Haley Ghost Story or Nettie Spooky
Okay.
Story next?
Haley,
Either way.
ghost story.
And this
Then-
came from a listener who we will not name.
Anonymous.
She's anonymous.
Okay. In 2013, I was serving a church mission in Asia. Every missionary had a companion, and mine was a wonderful girl from the Philippines. I'll call her Rebecca. We lived with 2 other missionaries in a small rise apartment. Rebecca often experienced intense night terrors. She would cry, scream, or talk in her sleep, but she always reassured me that I didn't need to wake her because the episodes would pass on their own. During the day, she seemed completely unaffected. We also slept on bunk beds with me on top bunk and Rebecca below. The night before my 21st birthday, everyone was asleep when I suddenly woke to the unmistakable feeling that someone was on top of me. I felt weight pressing into my chest and torso. Hands were wrapped around my neck, squeezing so tightly that I couldn't breathe. A wave of absolute dread washed over me. My eyes were open, but everything was dark, almost as if a blanket had been thrown over my face. I couldn't move. I couldn't cry out. I was completely helpless. In my mind, I began to pray. I pleaded with God to save me from whatever or whoever was trying to kill me. As I prayed, I suddenly felt what I can only describe as a rush of air sweep over me. I heard it move across the room and out through the back room toward the window. Just as suddenly as it had begun, the pressure was gone. I sat bolt upright, gasping for air and coughing as I switched on the light. One of my roommates woke up and asked what had happened. I told her everything I had just experienced. We talked for a few minutes and wondered if there had been some kind of dark spiritual presence in our apartment. Eventually, I calmed down enough to turn the light off and try to sleep again. Only a few minutes later, I heard Rebecca below me begin to cry and make strange sounds in her sleep.
Oh, no.
Under normal circumstances, I probably wouldn't have thought much of it because of her frequent night terrors, but after what I had just experienced, it was unsettling. I listened for a moment to make sure she was okay. The sound stopped and she remained asleep. Eventually, I drifted back to sleep. The next morning, as everyone was waking up, Rebecca called to me from the bottom bunk. "Sister, I have to tell you something," she said. "A spirit tried to choke me last night, but I prayed and it went away. Everything is fine." I froze. I looked over at our roommate in complete disbelief. I hadn't told Rebecca that I had experienced the exact same thing. I no longer practice that religion, and my beliefs about God have changed quite a bit since then. I've considered many possible explanations over the years, including sleep paralysis, coincidence, and the power of suggestion. But one thing has never changed. I can't fully explain why two people sleeping in the same room believed they experienced the same terrifying event on the same night without either of us knowing what the other had gone through. More than a decade later, it's still one of the strangest experiences of my life. Keep up the amazing podcast. Hugs.
Oh my gosh. We will keep up the
crazy?
amazing podcast. And
Yeah.
this is what I think about sleep paralysis. And I know I've said this before on this podcast, but I think, yes, there is a physical component that's actually happening when your body's asleep. But I think that just makes us more susceptible to paranormal influences. Because you can experience sleep paralysis, but not have any, like, the feeling of someone choking or the feeling of a demon on you or the feeling of someone pushing down your chest. You just can't move. I've experienced that. But I've also experienced the sleep paralysis where there's a giant dog walking next to me. I've experienced sleep paralysis where someone is sitting on my chest. And, you know, I know people that have experienced, like, you know, other forms of sleep paralysis where there's just no explanation other than there's something there. I think you're in a more vulnerable state. I think that's why dreams are important to pay attention to. I just think that it's like the veil is a little thinner, or like the walls into the fourth dimension, however you want to, like, talk about it.
Yeah.
It's scary. It sounds like something was in their apartment.
Yeah. Well, and like it's such a across the world experience.
Yes. It is.
So I think there's something there.
And that rush of air, I'd be curious if it was a rush of warm air or a rush of cold air.
Ooh.
Just because I
can ask.
I have felt like that, a rush of like warm air before that I felt was like a positive thing, where it's almost like I felt like it was like a positive thing coming through.
Right.
I was going to say I thought cold air sounded nicer, but that's probably just because of the climate I live in.
Yeah.
In the middle of summer, like, come on, ghosts. Let's air condition this apartment.
That cool rush of air. Spiritual spirit air. Fresh mountain breeze spirit air.
Thank you to that.
I loved it.
Thank you to that listener for writing in. We absolutely love sharing your stories. So if you have more, share them. We're always excited about that.
Every single listener, we want to hear your stories.
Yes, we do.
All right, Nettie.
Okay. So my daughter's friend messaged me. This has been like throughout the summer. We've been exchanging texts. But she just texted me. I thought I'd share something with you. She was like, "Hey, I hope you're doing well. I thought I'd share something with you." So she's working at a camp this summer down in Arizona. I can't remember exactly where. I'll remember in a minute. I'll remember as I tell you what she wrote. But this is what she wrote. "I thought I'd share something with you. At the camp I'm at, Abreu is what it's called. As staff, we stay in big canvas 10 by 12 tents. The flaps to get in are out through a loop and Velcro for extra security. I room with one person, but lately two because she's afraid of sounds and being alone. For several nights, we've woken up around 1 to 3:30, anytime in that window, and the tent flaps are wide open. The other night, it happened to another one of us, and today, the other person bunking with us, and so they only sleep in their tent now. That's why they're all sleeping together. She said they're very good about closing the tent, but it was partially undone and pushed up. We're very spooked, and apparently I sleptwalked for the first time, and that spooks me. Anyways, we're hardly sleeping because of this, and we're racking our brains on as to what could be happening. I'll share a list. Wind, but it would have to be enough wind to unvelcro and go through loops. Like, because there's loops that they're tying, and they're the rope is coming out of the loop. Prank, lots of treks coming through, but they're scouts and respectful. But there's other staff that could be in on something. Maybe it's one of us. It's been 3 out of 5 tents that have experienced their tents coming undone in the middle of the night. She said, we're forgetting. And then she says, we double check and swear on our lives they get shut every night. We have goats and burros 20 feet from us, but they're in a pen. Also, we don't wake up from anything being opened, just the tent flaps blowing in the wind.
Right.
So she said, I guess I was wondering if our experience sounds similar to anything you've heard and learned about from cryptids or anything. I can't fall asleep for hours because of spooky noises. Anyways, thanks. I can only send messages sometimes. So she's basically saying, just message me back. I'll get back to you when I can. Mm-hmm. And then she said, bye. And so I said, oh my gosh, that's so scary. Let me see what I can figure out. And then she's in Cimarron, New Mexico. So she's not in Arizona. That was a joke. She's in Cimarron, New Mexico. And so I asked her what type of sounds she was hearing. So she said, there's some weird creaking sounds. And I thought I heard a pig. And it sounds to me like there's big footsteps and shuffling. I only thought I heard a pig once, so I don't know if that's relevant. And we shouldn't have wild boars around here. So I just did a search. Me, Nettie, just Cimarron, New Mexico, cryptids.
Mm-hmm. For context,
and it literally came
to
up.
Set the scene, this search happened while we were all together around the kitchen counter in McCall. Mm-hmm. And it was exciting to hear the result of the search. Continue.
Yes. I mean, actually, I think I had done the search before, but I read you the results in McCall while we were all together.
Deceived.
So close, because I did the search on Sunday, June 21st, according to my texts. So I said,
egg on your face.
But she's not wrong in that I did read the results, and I think I had forgotten, so there was like wonder in my voice where I was like, oh, that's right. How did I not tell you guys about this? It was one of those. So this is me to her. So a cryptid that reportedly unzips tents is the crawler, but crawlers are only curious about humans, and there are no reports that they harm humans. They are scary looking, white, humanoid, tall, crawling on all fours, but they will run away if a human sees them. Mm-hmm. They will also shapeshift. So there are reports that they will unzip tents and peer in at sleeping humans, but there are no reports of them harming anyone. And then I said, here is a post about it. And this is literally called the Cimarron Tent Encounter. This says, a prominent regional account involves backcountry campers. And I did not put, by the way, in my search that there were pig noises. So this all I said was Cimarron cryptids, or cryptids in the Cimarron, New Mexico area. And this is what I found. A prominent regional account involves backcountry campers in the high desert wilderness outside of Cimarron experiencing a highly unsettling nighttime event. The sound. The encounter began in the dead of night with the sudden jarring sound of swine-like grunting and high-pitched pig squeals.
Who wants to do it?
Kirsten says she heard pig squeals. This is on reddit.com, crawler sightings. And then it says, campers reported the terrifying sound of a creature slowly unzipping the exterior of their tent from the outside. Why do they do it slowly? That's even scarier.
Okay.
The sighting. Those who caught a glimpse described a skeletal, pale-skinned entity retreating into the darkness on all fours with an unnatural fluid speed before vanishing completely into the mountains.
Okay.
And then I said, this is really scary. It matches your experience. But the good news is no one reports of being harmed. It just seems that they're curious. However, they do leave a bad vibe. Everyone who says they experience a crawler, they don't experience warm, fuzzy feelings. They experience a feeling of like dread and that something bad is going to happen. But nothing bad necessarily happens other than you see something really creepy. It looks like a
it's
bag
on
of
all fours
walking-
crawling into your tent.
Yes, and people say their skin is a little translucent. Like you can almost
Gross.
see the bones and flesh.
So maybe it's not like
That's
beneath
terrible.
gonna hurt you physically, but it probably steals your joy a little bit.
It's probably like, gotcha. Got your joy and hope. And sleep. Stole your sleep. And then I said, here's more common characteristics of Southwest crawler sightings. And this is from the northern New Mexico. Oh, you guys, New Mexico's coming up in our cryptid crawl. We haven't done them yet.
Yeah.
It comes after New Hampshire.
Good job.
Okay, so common characteristics of Southwest crawler sightings. Oops. Accidentally clicked on the link. Okay, so New Mexico shares several consistent traits, or accounts from northern New Mexico share several consistent traits that distinguish them from local wildlife. So this is how we know it's not actually like deer or something. Unnatural vocalizations. While witnesses often first mistake the noises for feral hogs or wounded wildlife, the sounds usually transition into mechanical clicking, heavy breathing, or sharp guttural screeches. Also, Kirsten said that they were told there are no swine in the area they are at. There's no wild boars. Bizarre locomotion. Witnesses described the creatures as being capable of dropping to all fours to sprint with staggering speed or standing upright to reach heights between 6 and 8 feet tall.
No, I hate it.
The uncanny valley effect. A universal thread among those who report these sightings is an overwhelming instinctual sense of dread or wrongfulness before the creature is even fully visible. Then I texted her because I'm responsible that it's possible that it's a black bear or a feral hog and that she should absolutely report any of this to the people in charge, to which she said, we've had extensive bear training, extensive training on wildlife, and there are no fogs. There are no hogs, feral hogs in the area. And so I, also gave her the advice of making sure that there was no food stored in the tent, nothing with scent that could attract bears. And I asked her if she had bear spray, gave her some advice about bears that I don't need to read, and gave her
I care about her so much.
told her a report. I really do care about her.
She's so sweet.
And to me, I'm like, this is paranormal, but I want to cover all my bases. And she said, yes, we have a great bear procedure here, and we don't keep any smellables in our tents. And if there's a bear sighting, we report it and we track those. And also, she said that there were no bear tracks, no sign of bears, no bears sighted anywhere. And then she said, everything you sent on the crawler checks.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information. Then I was like, oh, good. It does sound like a crawler to me, but I would have hated if you got eaten by a bear.
Yeah,
and then I
girl.
said, everything I've read tells me crawlers are not dangerous, but they are scary. Try to get a selfie. And she said something about a thing on Monster Guys on YouTube. I tried to find it, but couldn't find it. And then I said shapeshifter, that crawlers can also shapeshift. And she said, shapeshifter, we've seen one lone deer and one lone huge turkey.
Famously
And
shapeshifters.
Then I told her
turkeys.
maybe it shapeshifts into a Boy Scout because it's a Boy Scout camp where Boy Scouts hike through.
Oh, definitely.
It could be, it could shapeshift into a turkey though.
Or a Boy Scout.
Kirsten, thank you.
She said, and then she texted later that they're still seeing the lone deer and the lone turkey, and they're all sleeping indoors now. But she said that there are instances where if they go use the latrines at night, that they will hear footsteps around the latrine, and then they'll ask if anyone is out there, and they'll shine their light, and they don't see anything.
Oh.
And she said that this isn't a case like where people are following them and sneaking out and like hiding. She doesn't think. So anyways, it's very scary.
Kirsten, just no more latrines at night. Get a shiwi or a sheenus.
Or
Yeah, but then where do you
Use inside and then empty it in the
Yeah.
morning.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
saying into a
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. Into a jar?
It's a container.
Oh. I guess I thought it was like a little hose so you could just go.
Okay, so a go
Girl,
girl.
I
is
think
a
it has an
funnel.
attachment. Okay, there's one that also has an attachment that like you could use like in your car if you're driving and you don't want to stop. Like a trucker.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, mail truckers do it as evidenced by the bottles and containers on the side of the road that are
is
yellow.
not orange Gatorade. Or yellow Gatorade.
Not lemonade.
Or dark brown
Not
Gatorade.
lemonade.
Gross.
Not apple juice.
Gross.
I think we did it.
Oh, yeah. Is that our FUF?
Did we do
We
it?
did it.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I have something to say.
What?
I watched The Beast in Me. I loved it.
You guys.
Did you finish it?
Yes, we didn't even talk about what we've been watching.
Well, that's what we're doing right now.
Yes, I love this. Thank
That's
you.
why I brought it up.
Thank you.
And then I just started the Netflix version of His and Hers. And apparently, Netflix now has ads on my account, which is weird because I watched The Beast in Me on Netflix without a single ad. And all of a sudden, I'm watching His and Hers and I'm getting ads.
On Netflix?
Yes.
Hey, Netflix, what the hell?
Well, I looked it up and it said that like if I bundled with like a plan, which I did last time, like a year and a half ago, when I like added a new cell phone to my plan, I bundled Netflix in. And apparently a year and a half ago when I did that,
It's run out.
apparently ads were available, but they didn't start showing up until this show. So I'm a little irritated.
Ugh.
So
Boo.
I'll be upgrading to the non-ad version. Anyways, Netflix, I'm mad at you. But I will continue to watch His and Hers. I like it.
It's cute.
It's not cute.
No.
It's a spooky. It's scary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a murder mystery. It sounds cute, His and Hers, because it's a estranged husband and wife who are both trying to solve the same murder of a friend, of someone they both knew.
Okay, that sounds like a fun one to watch. I've not heard of it.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I just have
That
not
sounds great.
had time to watch anything since we've been back from McCall, so I'm a blank. Oh, I watched Spider-Man in the theaters. It was fine. It felt like it maybe would have been more exciting if I'd watched like the last few Spider-Mans, which I haven't. So everybody was like, "Oh,
Right.
that they mentioned that," and I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
The last Spider-Man movie I watched was Into the Spider-Verse.
That was good.
Animated
That was
one.
really good. I
liked
did
it.
too.
Haven't watched either of those. I watched the documentary Maternal Instincts. Have either of you watched
No,
this?
I've heard it's good though.
It's insane. Even if you know the story, watch this because it's even crazier with all of the little details of
Wait, is
what
this the
this
one
woman did.
Okay, I did watch it actually.
Uh-huh.
This is the one about the woman who took the baby, the photographer.
She pretended she was pregnant. It
Yes.
got down to her due date.
I watched it.
Yeah. And
I had also like read every article about that. I watched
it's
it. It's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
I watched that before McCall.
All of the little details were so awful.
I almost did a podcast episode on it.
Well, you still can.
I don't think I will.
I'm barely saying any details here. So,
No, I don't think I will.
but
But
listeners, beware. It's, a child dies, a mother dies. It's really dark. So, be careful if you watch.
the delusion of that woman, and also just kind of the idiocy of her
She was a moron.
of her boyfriend as well.
Oh, yeah.
That he just
kept on.
He just
his whole
was
family
like,
was like, get away
something's
from
wrong
her.
with her, and he's like, but it was hard for him to tear himself away because of what she was promising. Which it is not worth it to be with a terrible person. First of all, she didn't have money. She lied. And she kept buying him like trucks and promising him land and trying to make his dreams come true. But he never really liked her. But he was
Yeah.
sort of like, but I'm going to have the ranch I want. And she just bought me this truck that I wanted. And it's not worth it to be with someone because they have money if they're not a good person and they're not someone you want to be with. It's
Yeah.
just not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
terrible.
So
And she
awful.
also didn't have money. It was all a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. She was trying
She's
to.
a con artist
Yeah.
and
And
mentally ill.
also watched Toxic Love. Did you guys watch that documentary?
No.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember like 10 years ago, this couple accused this woman of harassing them to the point where she was like putting ads on Craigslist for rape fantasies, but sending them to this couple's house?
Wait, was this a special called a tank? I think I'm actually doing this as a future episode.
Called Toxic Love
Is it the
on
story?
Netflix.
Not the same one? Okay.
No, this one is a couple who, like, the woman was already kind of a con artist. She had, like, pretended to have cancer. And then she gets with this
Oh.
guy who's a U.S. Marshal. And
okay. Not the
they
same.
claim that the man's ex-girlfriend was harassing them with emails
Uh-huh.
and also had had gone as far as to like answer a rape fantasy ad on Craigslist and give the guy
I do know
the
this
address of this house.
Yes.
And do either of you want to watch this? Because I'm about to spoil it.
Wait, you know what? I'm actually confusing it with the nanny.
Yes, you are. The nanny case.
That we talked
yes,
about.
I know the one
Yes,
you're
Okay,
talking about.
case.
because
Okay.
it turns out this poor ex-girlfriend, she went to jail for 88 days, and she did not do this. She had sent 2 emails and kind of went into a psychosis because her ex-boyfriend, the U.S. Marshal, was harassing her so badly. She sent 2 of all of these emails, and then the email was Lilith is truth. Does that ring a bell?
No?
A little bit. Yes. No, if something about it is ringing a bell.
So then then everything is blamed on this guy's wife. And she kind of takes the fall for it. She's sentenced to 5 years in jail. And then the ex-girlfriend who went to jail for 88 days, even though she was innocent, she talks to an FBI agent who believes her. She was like, he is the mastermind behind this whole thing. They investigate him and they find the evidence of Lilith's truth emails from him. He was the one behind it the entire time, and they were faking her harassment.
Oh my gosh.
And she was like labeled the craziest woman in California. And
What?
this poor woman went to jail for 88 days. She's completely innocent. She's moved on now. She has a daughter that she's just, really happy to have and everything. But
to go through.
and this man was sentenced to 10 years in jail.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. And then have either of you watched the Idaho
No.
I haven't
new
watched
one on
it yet.
Netflix? I watched it.
I just haven't been in the right headspace for it.
No.
I'm just going to say, Nettie, you know everything in this documentary.
Do
I
I?
guess
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet, and I've been hesitant because everybody keeps saying stuff about how it really makes you question the roommates, and I feel so awful for the roommates. And I mean I don't
It didn't make me question the roommates at all. It made me more firm in the belief that he did it.
really okay.
He
Yes.
did it. I do not understand and think that you are a terrible person if you are calling out Dylan Mortensen online saying that she had anything
Or
to do
Bethany.
with it. Yes, or Bethany. More people call out Dylan.
Dylan got it worse.
It just makes me angry. She was like 19.
Yeah.
She is literally still an adolescent. I'm not saying people aren't capable of stuff, but leave her alone.
This police department, with the assistance of the FBI, have confirmed it is Brian Koberger. It is not the roommates. There is not a mystery murderer in this. It was Brian Koberger. And this documentary, they were zeroed in on Brian Koberger on like day 3 due to his cell phone patterns. And after the murders, guess what? Brian Koberger his cell phone isn't pinging over by King Road anymore. So it's just like, he did it. His DNA was at the crime scene. I'm sorry, I'm lecturing.
Keep
you
going.
know it all.
No. I want to say it all. You're not bothering me at all. I'm just like,
The
yes,
cell phone
Haley.
triangulation, his DNA, and then his pattern of driving after these crimes. He did a big long drive through very empty farmland where I bet he ditched the knife, and it's just thousands and thousands and thousands of acres to search.
I gotta say, just the weird way he talks about his mother home. To me, that was enough to say he was guilty. I need to speak to Mother.
Weird.
Where's Mother? Why isn't Mother available? Mother, why aren't you answering the phone?
Yeah.
That to me was enough.
Yes.
Weird.
Yes.
Weird dude.
Just, he did it, and it wasn't Dylan. Okay, and if there is a mystery person who somehow shows up, but there's no one else. It was him.
Yeah.
There's no big conspiracy. Just the
No.
weird things are like the fraternities and fraternal. You guys, no.
No, and if you watch this documentary, a lot of the friends are in it, and they speak, and it's just, they just loved these poor kids who got taken from their families way too soon by this asshole Brian Koberger.
Also, I do want to say this. I have not heard a single thing from anyone in Dylan Mortensen's past that has been like, she was shady. There was something wrong with her. Anyone who ever knew Dylan has said positive things about her. But guess what people who interacted with Brian Koberger say?
Across the board.
Across the board.
Creep. He's weird creep, yes.
Yeah.
So anyways, Nettie, watch the documentary. I think you would like it. I think you also know everything in it. It's not going to be new information for you.
Okay.
Emily,
How about you,
if you can handle it, I think you probably also know everything in it, but
Emily's like,
but you might get some new information just because like I know Nettie has just from the jump was like on it.
Do
And
you
getting
not
all of the
remember
knowledge.
me from the last few years? Because I have been obsessed with this case.
Oh, what?
Nettie and I both.
Oh my gosh.
Emily,
were-
Emily has
Oh,
been
I'm so
obsessed.
sorry,
don't be
Emily.
sorry.
I didn't
don't be
realize
sorry.
that.
No, but I've been obsessed with this case. Like, I feel like I'm
Okay,
pretty
well
much
then-
up to speed on everything that
Okay.
has been released.
Well, then you both know everything. I think the thing that was new to me was like, I can't even remember what it was, where I was like, oh, that was new. But then everything else I knew.
I just heard a few people, I
probably
think on
watch
TikTok and
it.
stuff, be like, I don't know, after watching this thing, I just have to ask. And they were just like kind of putting the roommates under fire. And I just was like, I'm not up for
Again.
watching something that makes everybody like wonder if he did it, you know, like.
No, that's not what
Okay,
it was.
good.
At least not to me. And I really appreciated how they focused on like how close they all were, what good people they all were.
And also, there's not, if you were a parent or a loved one of these kids, you would want the truth.
Yeah.
And there is not any of the relatives of any of the 4 victims have not come forward and said, why aren't the police doing their job? It clearly isn't Brian Koberger. All of the people close to these 4 victims believe it was Brian Koberger.
And they've all like united and become closer due to going through this event.
And why would they not want the truth? There's
Yeah.
no conspiracy. There's no like the Gonzalezes are fame hungry. No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Their daughter was viciously slaughtered and then publicly, talked about,
on
and
a world-
autopsy photos released when they weren't supposed to be. They've been through everything. And just because they're vocal and want to talk about it, I think that that's totally fine. It's their choice.
And that's the message that they've had the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Olivia Gonsalves is like a
She's
kick-ass, amazing person. And
Yeah.
I have rarely been so proud of someone as her speech in court to Brian Koberger.
Yeah.
When she let him know that if he hadn't killed Kaylee when she was sleeping and had suffering the effects of alcohol, that she would have kicked his ass. And I totally believe she would have.
Yeah. His reaction to her saying that too, I thought was kind of satisfying.
Also, since we're talking about that, he's trying to change his plea. He can't, by the way, because the way he signed the guilty plea said that he could not appeal and he could not change his plea. But his reasoning is he feels like he was lied to. Jail is harder than he thought it would be. And he apparently is being hassled so incessantly by other inmates that he's barely sleeping. They're messing with his food. And I think he deserves
Because
every
he was a flippin'
bit of
coward.
it.
Yeah.
And I really am I believe our prisons should treat people like, should feed them and house them, and they should be warm and they should have their basic needs met. But there is something about Brian Koberger and also pedophiles.
Yeah.
I feel like that inside
Yeah.
prison justice does its thing.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not so sad about it.
And I think that Brian deserves to be bullied for what he did.
Yeah.
So awful.
Well, on that really uplifting note,
Thank you for coming. We're glad you gathered with us today.
uplifting note, I'm about to go boating with my family.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I'm about to do week 2 of Dare to Dream Opera House Youth Camp. It was such a fun week. This last week I've been doing a Opera House. The Opera House is the local theater, and we've been doing our youth camp where we teach these groups of campers one song from a musical. We're doing the musical Dare to Dream, and it was a really fun and rewarding and crazy busy week. And we're about to do week 2, and then rest. And then rest time. Rest.
Awesome.
Rest, and lots of rest.
I think I might go float in my pool after this. I think it sounds like, as long as it's not storming, it might actually not be sunny, but thinking I might try to get a little sun and a little pool float time.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for listening. And again, we are the Spooky Darlings. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Spooky Darlings Podcast. And if you have a story of yours that you want to hear us read or whatever, you can stay anonymous. You can have us say your name. You can email us at thespookydarlings@gmail.com. And you can find our merch. We have cozy sweaters, hats, t-shirts at thespookydarlings.printful.me. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
5 stars.
Yeah.